4 key things that you really have to do to sound a bit more like James Hetfield. Welcome to Rock Your Best Vocals, where your best keeps getting better. My name is Jim Chandler. Today we're going to learn how to sing like James Hetfield because it's just come up on the 30th anniversary of the Black Album. I thought nothing better than to honor Metallica and James Hetfield with doing a how to sing like James Hetfield. And you guys know I do a lot of these, and the reason why I do these is because growing up and in my professional career, I've always really liked to try to sound as much as possible like the actual artist. So when we're doing a cover set with my rock band, or actually with the pop band that I sing with, I try to always mimic the original artist as much as possible. And I think that people appreciate that because I think when people hear the song and it sounds more authentic like the song, I think it kind of really brings them into the feeling of the actual song. It's less distracting from the feeling of the song. That's why I don't like to change the keys or anything like that. It was recorded in an original key for a reason. And also, when you learn to sing like your favorite artists, it helps you to kind of put some more tools in your toolkit of vocals, so you have more of a wide range of possibility with your own voice when you're recording your own stuff. Okay, so that's why I do it. I really like doing it, and it also, I think, helps for the authenticity for the crowd really to get into the song. Stick around because we're going to go through the catalog of isolated vocal tracks through quite a few of the older songs and kind of watch how listen how James's voice has progressed throughout the years. What's he doing differently? What's he doing the same? And kind of versus also some of how he's tailored that to sing live now, because over the years, I think he's had to tailor his voice a little bit. Anyway, so let's get on to it there. I'll explain all that later on in the videos. It's really important that you stay around to the very end because I'm going to tie all of this together in one master key to sound like James Hetfield. Okay, let's get into it. So first, we're going to start off with some older stuff from Kill 'Em All, and we're going to kind of move through the progression to see how his voice has changed over time, what he's doing differently, what he's doing the same, and kind of appreciate the aging of his voice as he's gone on through time and what he's done differently throughout that time. Okay, let's go on. Seek and Destroy.
We're scanning the scene in the city tonight. We're looking for you to start up a fight. There's an evil feeling in our brains, but it's nothing new. You know it drives us to say, running on our way hiding. You will be dying 1,000 deaths. Running on our way hiding. You will be dying 1,000 deaths. Searching, seek and destroy.
Okay, so you can really hear the youthfulness in his voice. Searching, seek and destroy. It's kind of quite, I think, higher. I mean, of course, because he was younger, and you can really hear that. Searching, seek and destroy. Seek and... Whereas now, I think, searching, seek and destroy. Kind of later on, I think he developed a little bit more of a kind of a wider vowel placement than earlier. I think it's just either he was more youthful and just starting out singing.
And it took you a long time to figure out how to sing, in the sense that...
Still figuring it out.
I was listening to an early... This is an early recording. And you were trying to find your voice, I feel. Mm-hmm. And you almost sounded more like Robert Plant than the guy you sound like today. Am I correct? I'm going to play a little of this. Tell me what comes to mind.
Yeah.
You don't go up
His
high
balls
like that
haven't
anymore.
dropped yet.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. All three of them.
But when you're an artist and you start thinking about doing a band and all that stuff, don't you get sort of confused in terms of like, when do you find your style that we all know today?
Well, you do it a lot.
Right.
You tour a lot.
And so he hadn't kind of, his voice hadn't been hardened from all the touring and stuff like that, but you can really hear he's still putting in quite a bit of rasp in there. Search on, seek and destroy.
Seek and destroy!
Okay, so that part there, he really lets it break up, okay? Search and seek and destroy! He really puts a little bit more in there and lets it really break up. So that's really kind of the gist of that song. Let's move on to Whiplash.
Adrenaline starts to flow. You're thrashing all around.
Okay, so I'm not sure of the lyric there, but you can hear how he did a little bit of a whistly. Adrenaline starts to flow. Adrenaline starts to flow. He let a little bit of a whistle tone come through. Now you can do that. But when you start to do that, when you you could practice that. You should really start kind of quiet in that. And so you're not pushing too much air. You're not developing a bad habit doing that. But if you just kind of what I would suggest, okay, this is how I do is take a big, deep breath of air in and you kind of just let it out. And you'll feel it like at the back of the top of your throat, like almost kind of at the base of your skull in the back, which is like where your kind of false chord area is, and that's how you get the drilling sushi flow. It takes a little bit of practice, but you can get it. Look, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. Show you can do it, but start off slow just to get the feeling of it. Okay, so let's move on to For Whom the Bell Tolls. I think that's kind of really another area, a good area of signature James Hetfield singing. Okay, so let's move on to that song.
Shouting gun on a run through the endless gray. On they fight for the right. Yes, but who's to say?
Yes, but who's to say? Yes, but who's to say? Yes. So you get that. Say. It's the vowel placement that's one of the key things. Instead of just like, so let me just take kind of a normal singing vowel placement. Yes, but who's to say? He just kind of leaves a bit more of an open vowel at the end. Yes, but who's to say? Say. Yes, but who's to say?
For whom the bell tolls. Time marches on. For whom the bell tolls.
Kind of it's a melisma. Tolls, tolls, tolls. A James Hetfield signature technique. Tolls. For whom the bell tolls. Tolls. And see, I'm still talking like James Hetfield. So if you do that, you'll know that that's signature James Hetfield. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at Master of Puppets, one of the greatest songs of all time. And we're going to listen to some of those signature techniques that he does in Master of Puppets.
Painted pump with fear. Sucking dock is clear.
So you hear at the end those fear, fear, fear. It's that vowel sort of shape. And at the end, there's always a trail off with James. Not always, but like that's one of his signature. Fear! Fear!
Come crawling faster. Obey your master. Your life burns faster.
Faster! Faster! You can hear at the end that faster! The ers, okay? He's really, when you hear that come crawling faster! Master! Master! And I always hear that kind of at the end. Now, he doesn't do it as much there, but I always hear that at the end of when I think of James Hetfield. That is real James Hetfield sound. That there is signature James Hetfield at the end. Real kind of an open vowel sound there.
Pulling your strings, twisting your mind and smashing your dreams. Blinded by me, you can't see a thing. Just call my name, cause I'll hear you scream.
Just call my name, cause I'll hear you scream. You hear that real, that distorted in there. That rasp, okay? It's a really raspy distortion that is kind of a quite airy quite an airy distortion. So you want to be careful to, again, push that through your false chords. Okay, so now why we're really here, we're here to honor the Black Album. So let's move on to the most famous track of all time from Metallica, really to listen to what gives him that signature technique. I think there's a couple of songs off of the Black Album where he really uses that signature James Hetfield technique that, you know, just if you do any of these, somebody's going to say, you sound like James Hetfield, okay? Use it at your own discretion with caution, okay? Let's do it.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget my son, to include everyone.
To include everyone. At the end. At the end of every line. Okay, not every line, but certainly a lot of the lines. At the end. You know, you're going to hear that. So that's signature James Hetfield. If you want to sound like him, all you have to do is just do that after every line that you say.
And the one within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman he comes.
Till the Sandman he comes. There, you heard it. You heard it again there. He's always doing it. That James Hetfield boy, I tell you.
One eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light. And tonight, take my hand. We're off to Never Land.
Right there, it's clearly off to Never Land. And in life, I'm sure he talks like this at home. Maybe he does talk like this at home. I'm having fun here. I hope you guys are having fun. Are you having fun? I'm having a ton of fun doing this. If you guys only knew half the fun I'm having. Okay, so Sad But True, I think, is another good example of that kind of signature technique. Let's listen to that.
Hey, I'm your life. I'm the one who takes you there.
I'm the one who takes you there.
I'm the one who cares.
Cares. I'm the one who cares. Instead of cares, I'm the one who cares. I mean, could you imagine that sound? Like it just doesn't sound the same. It really colors that. I'm the one who cares. Okay, so now let's move on to a song that's not theirs, but they gave it their own twist. And now, I mean, I think they play it at every show. I mean, I've certainly seen it at multiple shows that I've either watched or been to. And this is a Thin Lizzy song, Whiskey in the Jar. But you hear the way James has put in his key signature techniques, and that has made that just sound like a Metallica song. Okay, so let's listen to that. Okay.
As I was going over the cork.
You hear that? As I was going over. That's that open vowel.
In Kerry Mountains, I saw Captain Farrell, and his money he was counting.
And his money he was counting. Okay, guys, so there it is. 4 key things that you really have to do to sound a bit more like James Hetfield. Number 1, you've got to get that rasp, okay? And the safe rasp. Remember, safe rasp is up through the false vocal cords so you don't damage your throat. The next thing is melismas, okay? Throw some little melismas in there. So, daddy-o, there's a good few in there. The other thing, I didn't point all of them out, but that he does melismas, you know, kind of quite throughout a lot of the songs. And at the end, and then you've got that vowel placement, that open, daddy-o, that real kind of quite rounded vocal, that rounded vowel placement. So there's 4 key things for the master key. 4 master keys for 1 master key, 4 into 1. That's like magic. And then you guys will sound a bit more like James Hetfield. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it, listening to all these incredible isolated Metallica vocal tracks. And if you did, please hit like and subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Thank you very much. Please leave comments down below. What did you think of that? I know I probably left a ton of great songs out, but let me know down below. What's your favorite Metallica song? And what's your favorite Metallica song to sing? And let me know if you guys practice this, if you guys this helps you or whatever. I really love reading the comments. So thank you very much. See you guys on the next one. Rock your best vocals where your best keeps getting better. Thank you.